you guys, so yesterday we did the distance formula. So many of you guys thought, oh, maybe we're gonna, I don't know, do something with finding points. And you guys are right. So you guys' learning objective is students will be able to use the midpoint formula to calculate the middle point between two endpoints given a graph. So what I want you guys to do, everyone should have gotten this worksheet. And you guys also have it on here. And where it says learning objective, I want you guys to write the learning objective. And I also went ahead and wrote the learning objective up here for you guys as well. So you guys can copy it up here, or from your Pear Deck, you guys have two ways to view the learning objective. So it's also in your Pear Deck, it's also on the whiteboard. So I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to write it down. Alright, awesome guys. Okay, so what I want to do is a core response with you guys, all of you guys together, telling me the learning objective together. So at the count of 3, you're all gonna say, I will be able to use the midpoint formula to calculate the middle point between two endpoints given a graph. So you can look at the notes that you wrote, you can look at the whiteboard, or you can look at your Pear Deck to say it. So ready guys? At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I will be able to use the midpoint formula to calculate the middle point between two endpoints given a graph. Okay, we could do a little bit better than that, guys. I saw some students over here, some students over here that were not saying it, so we're going to try it again until everyone does it. Ready, guys? We're going to do a core response, and everyone's going to tell me the learning objective. So ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, great job, guys. Everyone said it this time. Okay, so what you guys are going to be learning today, go ahead and take notes on your guys' core concept midpoint formula handout. So yesterday what we did is just a little friendly reminder. These are the endpoints. And so what we did yesterday is we calculated the distance between these two endpoints with the distance formula. And what we're going to do today is we're going to calculate the middle point, the midpoint. And we're going to use the midpoint formula. So I want you guys on your paper to go ahead and circle, highlight, underline the midpoint formula, however works best for you. And this looks a little crazy, but all it's telling you is we have endpoint A, we have endpoint B, and then we are going to use the midpoint formula, which is right here, x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Y1 plus y2 divided by 2. This is going to be the x point, and this is going to be the y point of the midpoint, and that's where we get the midpoint right there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead on your guys' Pear Deck. You guys can go ahead and go to slide 3, and you will see examples. Take notes in your notebook. So I'm going to do example 1 first. Example 1. So step by step, I'm going to verbally tell you guys the steps. So step number 1 is we're going to label the points. I'm going to make that one A, I'm going to make that one B. So step 1, label points. Label points. And then we're going to find the coordinates. So right here for A, the coordinates is -1, -3. And for point B, endpoint B, it's 5, 5. So then step 2 is going to be, we're going to label the coordinate x1, y1, x2, y2. So label coordinates x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to go ahead and do different colors. X1, Y1 is going to be my A, and X2, Y2 is going to be my endpoint B. Step 3, plug into midpoint formula. And we also have the midpoint formula on the whiteboard over here. X1 plus x2 divided by 2 gives me the x point, and y1 plus y2 divided by 2 gives me the y point. So I'm going to go ahead and plug them in. So we have x1 is -1, x2 is 5 plus 5 divided by 2, and then y1 is -3, y2 is 5 plus 5 divided by 2. And then my last step, step 4, is just going to be to simplify. So negative 1 plus 5 is 4 divided by 2. And we know 4 divided by 2 is going to give me 2. And then negative 3 plus 5 is 2 divided by 2. And we know that 2 divided by 2 is going to give me 1. So this is going to be my midpoint. Right here. Okay, so the next thing that I want you guys to do before I go on to another example is I want you guys to go to slide 4 before I do example 2. And I want you guys to think, pair, share. So for a minute and a half, I'm gonna go ahead and set up my timer. I want you to individually think about what were the steps to find the midpoint and two endpoints of a given graph. So once the timer goes off, then I'm gonna have you guys pair share with your partner. So go ahead and think, pair, share, and I just set up the timer.